Thank you, everybody, for participating in what is a very important issue addressing some of the impacts of what is one of the most important crises facing America, Biden's open border crisis. We may all sympathize with individuals who are desiring to come to America in search of economic opportunity, in search of a better life. However, we are a nation of laws, and without laws being followed, we have the anarchy that is on display at our southern border. Secretary Mayorkas says the border is under control, and it is under control, but unfortunately and sadly and dangerously, it's under control by the Mexican crime cartels. Echoing the sentiments of some of the members who spoke today, it's baffling to understand, quite frankly, the perspective of the other side. In addition to the strain and the stress placed on border residents, I've been to the border 5 times in the last 2.5 years to see it for myself. The strain and the stress on border states who are bearing the brunt of the situation, local law enforcement, along with law enforcement even in my community in Virginia, hundreds of miles from the border. The strain and the stress on our social services, our healthcare systems, our education systems, not to mention the explosion of drugs pouring across our border and the resulting overdose deaths in our country, some 100,000 a year. Then there's the $150 billion cost for a nation that is bankrupting itself with its spending and borrowing some $2 trillion a year currently. But I would further just ask, with the open border situation, what about the 1.5 million gotaways over the last 2.5 years who aren't surrendering to Border Patrol, aren't using the CBP One app? They aren't taking advantage of all that's offered to illegals by this administration, but they wear the carpet shoes and the camo head to toe. They're trafficking things across our border. They've got the criminal ties, terrorist ties, and so forth. What is the national security impact of that? How could any member of Congress defend that? Would someone take the bet that 90% of those are here for just a better life? And then there's only 10% that wish us harm, 150,000? Or maybe you really think that 99% are here just for a better life of the gotaways, the ones who evade apprehension at the border. That would be 15,000. And one of our colleagues, I believe as Mrs. Hayes pointed out, the perpetrators of 9/11 referenced them, 19 which did that. If 99% of the criminal gotaways are wonderful individuals seeking a better life, that would be 15,000. What kind of harm could they do? I would submit irreparable harm has been done to this country that will only be revealed in the future with what has happened so far. I want to read the words of New York City Mayor Eric Adams, who last week at a town hall he spoke about the unprecedented number of illegal aliens that are pouring into his city, which pales into comparison, again, what's happening in the border states. Of course, you could say that every state's a border state. My sheriffs, my local law enforcement in my district in Virginia would say that they feel like a border state. But Eric Adams, mayor of New York, said, I'm going to tell you something, New Yorkers, never in my life have I had a problem that I didn't see an ending to. I don't see an ending to this. This issue will destroy New York City. 110,000 migrants we have to feed, clothe, house, educate the children, wash their laundry sheets, give them everything they need, health care. It's going to come through your neighborhoods. All of us are going to be impacted by this. I said it last year when we had 15,000, and I'm telling you now with 110,000, the city we knew we're about to lose. End quote. That's the mayor of New York City, located some over 1,000 miles away from the border. And I'm concerned that New York City is a case study for the country.